I literally haven't exercised in like 2 months, to be lying. It's more like 4. But that's okay because every day is leg day when you're running from your problems. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my October favorites, my hits, and whine about it. I just wanted to remind everybody of the giveaway that's going on my channel right now. Go search in my videos for my huge subscriber giveaway. Make sure you're subscribed and leave a comment on that video, not this one, but that video, and that will make sure you're entered into the giveaway. I'm so happy and grateful and thankful for all of the new subscribers that have joined me on my channel and everybody who's left such positive, loving comments on that video. I could not be more thrilled and I'm so happy to continue creating content for you guys. Having this giveaway has really inspired me to give back to my subscribers. I can't believe the number of comments that people have put that this giveaway is so generous and I would love to have these products and I've never tried anything here and I can't afford it because I'm a broke college student or whatever the case may be. It really inspires me to want to give back, and so even though I currently have a subscriber giveaway going on my channel, I've actually already put 2 high-end products away for my next giveaway, which I am very, very excited about. I love sharing my love of makeup. I love sharing my favorite products. So thank you so much for everybody who has subscribed so far. And if you're new to my channel, welcome, and please be on the lookout for future giveaways as well. So everything you're going to see in this video is all the things that I've been loving for the month of October, as well as several things that I took with me on my trip to South Africa. These products did not let me down whatsoever while I was traveling. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you want to know everything that was my favorite for the month of October, as well as what really, really disappointed me, keep watching. So my first favorite for the month of October is this one. This is the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. I took this on vacation with me to South Africa, and I have to tell you guys, when I got to South Africa, especially when I was on safari, something happened to my skin where it just like completely lost all of its moisture. I had literally the driest face that I have ever had in my entire life. Like my skin was actually like flaking off on the side. Probably the most significant contributor to me having dry skin is the fact that I was drinking wine every single day. I was waking up in the morning and I'd have a glass of wine in my hand literally by 11 o'clock, and I wouldn't stop drinking wine until like the very end of the day. Especially when I was on tour in wine country, like I was drinking literally so much wine and probably not enough water, so my skin was really, really dry. So while I was on that trip, I would do my normal skincare routine, which I will share on this channel, and then I was going in with this right away to prime and moisturize my skin. And my makeup laid down so beautifully on this product. I never thought that I would be able to have like a primer and moisturizer in one, because moisturizing primers tend to be really slippery, and I find that the foundation doesn't lay nicely on the skin when the primer is like really sort of oily and slippery. But they've done something really magical with this product, because not only does this moisturize my skin and help my foundation to not like cling to my dry patches and look super flaky, but it also kept my makeup in place. And there were definitely days where I did my makeup in the morning and we went out all day and we didn't come back to the hotel or to the Airbnb or to the lodge until very late at night, and my makeup was still in place. So this is such a godsend of a product, especially if you have dry skin. This is the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. This next product has always been a favorite of mine, but for the month of October and especially on my trip, it was an absolute godsend. This is the Epicurean Protein Mist Enzyme Toner. I'm not totally sure how widely available this product is. I don't buy it from Sephora or the drugstore or anything like that. I actually get it from the spa that's in my city. I go for facials, massages, and pedicures at 10 Spa at the Fort Garry Hotel, and they sell this line of products there. So the first time I got a facial at 10 Spa, I was trying to pay attention to all the products that the woman was using because my skin started feeling really great. I felt like my skin was plump and hydrated and fresh, and I didn't have any clogged pores or anything like that. The facial really worked wonders. And then she sprayed this on my face, and instantly I felt this cooling sensation, as well as it smells so good. And every time I smell this toner, it reminds me of that really nice, luxurious spa that they have here in my city. So I really find that my skin calms down and I lose a lot of redness when I use this toner. I followed up with a moisturizer and my skin feels really nice, plump, and refreshed and hydrated after I use it. I believe you can buy this online off the Epicurean website, or if you're from Winnipeg, you can buy it at 10 Spa. If I can find the link, I'll leave it in the description box down below. But this is an excellent toner and I would highly recommend it. So the next product I've been loving for the month of October that I also took with me on my trip is this. This is the Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Powder. I bought this in a mini because that's how I buy most of my products from Sephora that I just want to try out. I've said this on my channel before, but I know a lot of people will say, stay away from the minis, stay away from all those like travel size products, that little like aisle of death before you go up to the Sephora counter. Everyone says to stay away from all of that stuff. On a per milliliter or per ounce basis, the value for dollar, you're not getting as much as if you would buy the full size product. But for me, if I'm trying something out for the first time, I would rather spend $12 and if it's a product I hate, I'm not losing as much money as if I buy the full size and I spend $36 and then I'm stuck with this product that I'm not going to use and I'm out even more money. So for me, buying the minis is a great way to try products out, and then if you don't like it, you haven't lost out on as much money, and if you do like it, then you can go ahead and buy the full size. So as you know, I'm continually on the quest for the greatest primer, foundation, and setting powder for my skin, and I really love this powder a lot. It actually has set my makeup in place and it does not budge. And the great thing about this powder is that it's not drying either. So sometimes with certain powders, I will apply my foundation and then I'll put the setting powder underneath my eyes and in the areas of my skin where my makeup tends to break up the most. And I'll notice that the powder sort of absorbs any moisture that's sitting on my skin or is in the top layer of my skin and completely dries everything out. So you do want a setting powder that's not going to dry out the products on your face, because if the setting powder does absorb all of the moisture and oils on the place where you set it down, it will cake into the powder and it will form this paste that settles into your fine lines. And that ain't cute. The next product I've been loving for the month of October, I talked about actually in my giveaway video. I loved it so much that I went out and bought another one so that I could share it with my subscribers. And this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This bronzer is so good. It is so smooth and blendable. The product lays really nicely on the skin. It's easy to blend out. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. It is the perfect shade for my skin tone, which I absolutely love. And it smells so good. It smells like you're on a tropical beach. Like, it is just, every single time I open this up, it just reminds me of like trips to Cabo San Lucas or something like that. Like, it smells so good. It has a really smooth blendable formula that I'm a huge fan of, and it's also really pigmented. So again, with this product, a little goes a long way. I'm also very excited to try some of the other products that they have in the butter line. So I know they have some butter blushes and they just came out with some butter highlighters, so I'll be definitely picking those up. The only qualm I have with this butter bronzer is like the packaging. It is really bulky, and I took it in my makeup bag when I went to South Africa and I found that it took up a lot of space. I'm not complaining because I still used it every single day and it was awesome. I think the reason why this packaging is so bulky is because it has the product here, and then when you flip it up, there's a mirror and it comes with this little brush thing, but this is like almost like a silicone pad, and this is not something that I would use to put my bronzer on. Like, I always go in with my favorite Morphe brush, so there's really no need for this, and I don't think there's really any need for a mirror that's this small as well. So I think that they could, you know, sort of cut this whole bottom off the packaging and just have it like, just have this part here. So that's the only thing, is that the packaging is like pretty bulky, but that's a small price to pay for a bronzer that's this good. So my next favorite I also took with me to South Africa, and I used it almost every single day, and this is the Just Peachy Matte Eyeshadow Palette. I absolutely love this palette. I'm not going to say too much about it because I do have an entire video dedicated to this palette. It's one of the videos on my channel that has the most views, and it's gone like a little bit viral, like not viral in the sense of like YouTube, but it's gone viral for me, which I'm used to about, you know, 200 views per video, and this one got like 7,500, so I guess people liked it. But this palette is so beautiful, and I absolutely love every single shade in this palette. The only beef I have, which you'll see in my review video, is that these highlight shades are not very pigmented and they don't show up in the skin very well. They're good as base shades, but not as highlight shades. But every single other shade in here is so gorgeous, and you can do so many different looks with this palette, and I know that because I used it almost every single day in South Africa, and I came up with so many different looks. These blend out like a dream, so beautiful, and if you're somebody who loves matte shadows and you're not really a huge fan of shimmers, you will love this palette. Not to mention, getting back to the whole smell thing, Smells so good. These next products I'm going to talk about I've been so pleasantly surprised by, and these are the Colourpop Highlighters in the shade Flexitarian and Lunch Money. If you watch my Colourpop haul, you'll know that these are the first products that I've ever actually ordered from Colourpop, and I was so impressed with the quality of these highlighters. Again, I said it in that video and I'll say it again, like the actual formula, the sort of like texture of these highlighters is like so strange to me. Like it's not quite a powder, but it's not quite a cream. Like it's really an interesting texture, but they look so beautiful. Like you probably can't see that because my camera is, my ring light is really bright today, but these are the most gorgeous shades, and I absolutely love them. I've actually used this color Flexitarian as both a highlighter and as an all over the lid color. So what I would do when I was on vacation is I would use this Just Peachy mattes palette, and I would use the mattes in this palette all inside my crease and in the outer corner, and then I would put Flexitarian all over the lid and blend it out, and it just adds a really beautiful sheen to the eye. So if you're somebody that like doesn't like matte shadows by themselves and you want a little bit of shimmer, these two products together are actually so good. And then this color Lunch Money is the closest dupe that I have found to MAC Nylon for my inner corner. So y'all know that MAC Nylon is my ride or die shadow when it comes to my inner corner. I haven't found anything that I love as much as that. And it doesn't matter what eye look I'm doing, I will always go in with MAC Nylon in the inner corner to brighten it up. But this shade Lunch Money is almost exactly a dupe for that MAC Nylon, and it looks the same in the inner corner. So if you're looking for good quality blending but affordable highlighters, go for the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek formula in the shades Flexitarian and Lunch Money. My next favorite for the month is also from Colourpop. I've been so impressed with their products, and this is the Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Saigon. Before this, my ride or die red lip color was this. This is Kylie Cosmetics in the shade Mary. And then I also really love this one. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade American Doll. So these two were my favorite. I would go for Mary when I was looking for a little bit of a darker lip, and then I would go for the Anastasia one when I was looking for more of a true blue red. So enter the Saigon shade. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a really nice like in between these two shades that I love so much. So this is the Anastasia one, this is Kylie, and then that Saigon is right in the middle. So I really love this product because when I put it on in the morning, first of all, I find it has more staying power than the Kylie formula. And also I can reapply it throughout the day and it doesn't dry out my lips. So I don't end up with like little crumblies all over my lips, or like really dried out sort of like, I don't know, like just like dried out raisin lips. I find this to be like more of a hydrating formula, even though it's a matte lip, and it looks really beautiful on the lips. I really recommend this as like a gorgeous true blue red. If you want to see what this looks like on my lips, go to my 500 subscriber giveaway video. I'm wearing it in that video, and it is such a favorite of mine. I think it looks great on camera. It makes my teeth look whiter, which I desperately need. And I really love the long wearing and like non-drying formula. So that's the Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Saigon. So before I get into some of my disappointments, I just wanted to talk about a couple of favorite YouTube channels that I have. A couple of people have asked me like, who do you watch on YouTube? Who are some of your favorite beauty gurus? And I really want to highlight these two channels because I've been watching them non-stop for the month of October, and I absolutely love their content. The first channel that I absolutely love is Makeup by Cheryl. You guys, this woman is so beautiful, and she has such amazing technique when it comes to her makeup. She always looks totally flawless in her videos, and for me, that's what I look for in a beauty guru, is somebody that like always looks amazing, because I know that they have like good technique when it comes to applying their makeup, and they have good recommendations when it comes to makeup and skincare. So she is so beautiful. I love the sound of her voice, which kind of sounds weird, but she has a really nice, beautiful, soft, feminine voice, and like I'm kind of jealous because like I feel like I kind of sound like a man sometimes, and I have like a really harsh, abrasive voice, but she's so beautiful, and her content is so good. She uploads a couple of times a week, and she talks about everything from beauty, skincare, hair care, everything. And I really trust her recommendations. There's been so many products that I've purchased because I've watched her videos, and I haven't been disappointed by a single one of them. So she's somebody that I really trust on YouTube. Another thing I love about her channel is that she's not clickbaity at all. Like, there's so many beauty gurus that I watch that I get really frustrated because like they have OMG and WTF and oh, like how I got away with murder, and then you open the video and it's like they stepped on an ant or something. Like, it's so clickbaity, and I'm just tired of those like super clickbaity videos. I don't appreciate those titles because I do get sort of baited into them. So if somebody's like world's best mascara, like of course I'm gonna click on it. But then, you know, I get into the video and there's nothing to substantiate that claim, and it's frustrating. So I like that she's real, raw, honest, authentic, beautiful. Like, she's just such an amazing YouTuber. I look up to her so much. She's such an inspiration for me and my channel. And I really feel like you should all go check her out. So that's Makeup by Cheryl here on YouTube. Also, she's Canadian, so that's an extra bonus. And then the other YouTuber that I want to recommend is completely on the other end of the spectrum, and that's Makeup by Michael Finch. And Michael Finch is an Aussie YouTuber, so he comes from down under. Oh, that was horrible, and I promise to never do it again. He is absolutely one of the funniest people on YouTube when it comes to the beauty community. Like, and I appreciate his humor so much. It's like dry, it's witty, it's sarcastic, he's fast. Like, that is the exact type of humor that I love, is people that can come back with these like hilarious, witty comebacks for everything. And when he's sitting down and putting on his makeup or doing a tutorial or talking about his favorites, he is literally so funny, and he's not trying to be funny, he just is funny. And I think that that's the best type of humor. There's been so many times where I've been watching his videos where I've literally like laughed out loud. He's also somebody who can make like the F word really hilarious. And like, to me, there's nothing funnier than like a well-timed and perfectly enunciated F-bomb. And he's like exactly the type of person that can pull that off. I love his honesty. He's so raw and real on his channel. And you can just tell that like he's somebody who's super authentic and isn't going to be swayed by brands that have all kinds of money and everything like that. He's such a good YouTuber. I really, really love him. You should go check him out. It's Makeup by Michael Finch. I just wanted to say that another favorite of mine for the month of October was the fact that we got 29 bottles of wine back from South Africa to Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada in our luggage. No breakage. Every single bottle of wine made it. Awesome. All right, so now it's time to get into my disappointments for this month. I only have 3 disappointments because I didn't really have a lot to be disappointed about. I went on an amazing vacation. I took all of my ride or die products with me, so I didn't really have an opportunity to try out too many new products. And there wasn't a lot that I was not really thrilled about. There was 3 things that really grind my gears, so let's get into it. The first thing that disappointed me for the month of October is this. This is the Becca bronzer in the shade Bally Sands. Now, this is a major disappointment because I absolutely love Becca highlighters. Like, they're one of my favorite highlighter formulas that's on the market right now. So I thought, you know, I love their highlighters. I also love their blushes. Why wouldn't I love their bronzers? But this bronzer sucks. Like, it's not very pigmented. I had to use a lot of it on my skin just to get like the depth of pigmentation that I wanted. It just doesn't compare to the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and when you put these 2 bronzers side by side, they actually look almost identical. Like, they're the same shade, they even have the same like swirly in the pan. Like, I thought that they would really perform similarly, and I was looking for like, you know, a higher end version of this butter bronzer, but it doesn't compare at all. The butter bronzer is so much more pigmented. And this bronzer, like, I had to dig into the pan and use so much of it just to get it onto my skin. I didn't find that it blended out very well, especially right here when I was going to contour. So it was actually such a disappointment, and I would not recommend the Becca bronzers. My next disappointment for the month of October is this, and this is the MAC Brow Pencil in the shade Spiked. I feel like I'm constantly shitting on like MAC products in these favorites and disappointments videos, but this is just not a very good brow pencil. And I'm very particular when it comes to my brow pencils because I want a stroke that's gonna look nice and fine and like hair-like. And I also want that whatever the product is made of, I want it to be able to blend out really, really well. And I felt like both of those things were a fail when it comes to this pencil. I felt like it was really just sort of like dry and chalky when I tried to put it onto my brows. And then I also felt like it didn't blend out very well. Not to mention the fact that I now have a very high expectation that my brow pencils are always going to have a spoolie on the other end of them. So this brow pencil has like the product over here, but then I have to reach for a different spoolie, which I think is really annoying. There are so much better brow pencils on the market, the Anastasia Brow Wiz and the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. So I think that like if you're looking for a brow pencil, you can probably skip MAC when it comes to your shopping because it doesn't come with a spoolie and the product on the inside is not very blendable and it's not very pigmented. So this was a kind of a pass for me. My last disappointment is like hard for me to even talk about. So you guys know that I take my custom Z palette with me when I travel, and I took it with me to South Africa. I've actually showed my custom Z palette in a couple of different videos, I think in my Holy Grail products video, as well as my palette collection. And unfortunately, we had a little accident. It traveled fine in my luggage, but we had a little bit of an issue with it. So as you can see, these two shadows broke, that one broke, that one broke, and that one is very powdery, and that one is very powdery, and there's like sort of a lot of like, you can see there's a lot of powder everywhere in here. I hate to be the type of person that blames shit on like the cleaning ladies that come to your hotel room, because I know that they work very hard, and oftentimes like 99% of the time it's not their fault. But I had my Z palette on the sink in the bathroom, and I used it in the morning, so I know it was fine. And then when I got back to my hotel room at the end of the day, my Z palette was like in a different spot, and like my stuff had been arranged on the sink, and I opened it up and there was like powder everywhere. It's like all dirty on the outside, and a bunch of the shadows were broken. So I can't help but think that maybe it got accidentally knocked over or something like that, because a whole bunch of these shadows broke and now I have to replace them. So I was planning on doing a video when I got home from South Africa on all the shades in my custom Z palette, but I have to replace my black one. My MAC Embark is all but ruined. This one is Whimsical by Makeup Geek. That's totally broken. Henna by Anastasia Beverly Hills is completely broken. My Blackberry from MAC is like kind of cracked, so I'm gonna have to spend some time and reorganize the shadows in here and replace the ones that are broken, because I want to do a video on it when everything is intact. So that was a huge disappointment, and I know it was probably an accident, so I'm not, you know, bitter or angry towards the staff of that particular hotel, but it's just really unfortunate because I love my custom Z palette so much, and I was so sad to see a lot of these shadows destroyed. So, and that's it, you guys. That's all for my October hits and wine about it. Please don't forget to check out the giveaway that's going on my channel right now. Make sure you check that out. Subscribe to my channel, leave a comment on that video, and that will make sure that you're entered in the giveaway. If you want bonus entries, you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. All the information is in the description box of that video. There's so many awesome makeup goodies in there, including items from Fenty Beauty, Tatcha, Tarte, lots of cool stuff. So if you want a chance to win that giveaway, go check out that video. And as always, guys, if you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment down below letting me know the kind of videos you want to see me do in the future. And if you didn't like this video, keep that shit to yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, it's time for my looks green in here. So the first product I've been loving for the month of October is this one. This is the FAB Beauty, FAB First Aid. God, it's my favorite. I should know what the fuck it's called. I talked about in my giveaway. This is the, okay, my bag with me. If you watch my Colourpop haul, you'll notice, why? So if you're looking for good quality, affordable highlighters, go for the Colourpop, go for the Colourpop Super Shock Sheet, what? I can't say it. I'm talking too fast. All right, so now it's time to get into my disappointments. I actually only have 3 When we were on safari, we even saw a rhinoceros, which is very apropos because I'm a winoceros. And this is my horn.